Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. I really appreciate it. Ambassador Hubbard, Ambassador Minton, Ambassador O, Ambassador Sung, Mr. Park, distinguished guests and friends. On behalf of the 113,000 men and women of Lockheed Martin, I am honored to join you here tonight for this important celebration. For nearly 60 years, the Korea Society and its heritage organizations have served an important mission: to promote greater awareness, understanding, and cooperation between the people of the United States and Korea. And we are proud to be associated with the Korea Society, and we're certainly honored to be here tonight to receive the coveted Van Fleet Award. And while this is an evening of celebration, it comes at a time when Koreans, Americans, and members of the global community are in mourning. We are all deeply saddened by the tragic Sewol ferry accident off the coast of Korea. And it is especially painful that so many of the lives lost were students who had a lifetime potential that will never be realized. The loss of so many bright young kids is simply unimaginable and absolutely heartbreaking. I'm proud to wear my yellow ribbon tonight along with my Lockheed Martin colleagues. And tonight we stand solemnly with our friends and in deepest sympathy to the families of those who were lost. I must say that tragedies like this shine a light on friendships that endure through difficult times. And the bond between the United States and Korea is stronger than ever. And that is what the Korea Society represents. Each year, this gathering celebrates the partnering between our countries, a partnership based on common interest, a common history, and common values. And all of us know that partnership, this particular partnership, was born of necessity and forged through sacrifice. In the early 1950s, as the Cold War turned hot, the U.S. and the Republic of Korea joined together to keep liberty alive. General James Van Fleet was a key part of that effort, leading American soldiers and, as inscribed on the Korean War Memorial, who fought for a country they never knew and a people they never met. And after the smoke had settled and the work of rebuilding a nation started to begin, General Van Fleet founded this society so that Americans could come to know Korea and its people. For Lockheed Martin, those memories are a part of our history too. In the first months of the war, air attacks by Lockheed F-80 Shooting Stars accounted for roughly 75% of enemy losses. In November 1950, Lieutenant Russell Brown of the 51st Fighter Interceptor Wing was piloting a shooting star when he shot down a Chinese MiG-15 in the very first jet versus jet dogfight. Our nation was committed to Korea's security then, and we remain firmly committed to it now, as new and complex threats challenge stability in this region and beyond. Just last month, we held the largest ever joint air drill to strengthen battle readiness on the peninsula. We know from our shared experience that freedom is worth defending. Lockheed Martin is proud to be a longtime partner in supporting Korea's defense, with systems and programs from missile defense to fighter jets, and advanced radar to airlift capabilities. Last month, we were honored by Korea's decision to move forward on the purchase of the F-35 Lightning II, the Joint Strike Fighter. The F-35 is the most technologically sophisticated fighter in history. And we are proud to bring this capability to Korea and continue our partnership in its national defense. Of course, the close relationship between our countries is much broader than national defense. We are partners in building prosperity, peace, and progress around the world. Korea has earned global admiration for its economic and political transformation. Half a century ago, the Republic of Korea was a struggling economy. Today, it is among the wealthiest industrialized nations in the world, a major trading partner of the United States, and a strong and vibrant democracy. Yet rather than rest on its laurels, Korea has committed to give back by playing a leading, responsible role in the community of nations. Korean troops have served in UN peacekeeping missions, from East Timor to Lebanon to Haiti. They've been part of the coalition forces in Iraq and reconstruction teams in Afghanistan. Once a country that welcomed assistance from the American Peace Corps volunteers, today Korea has its own Global Service Corps and collaborates with the Peace Corps to fight poverty and build friendships all around the world. Americans are proud to call Korea an ally, a partner, and a friend. As we look to the future, we know that we can go farther together than we ever could alone. Our countries see opportunities on the horizon as we strive to seize the benefits of this new age while preparing for its challenges. We know that innovation is indispensable to growth, to driving the progress, the discovery, and the achievement that lifts a society and improves people's lives. President Park has championed what she calls a creative economy to drive Korea forward. She has said, and I quote, "Today, the brilliant idea, creative thought, or new technology of a single individual can help move the world and get nations going." Likewise, President Obama's administration is working to unleash innovation as the engine of economic growth at home and competitiveness abroad. Yet sparking creativity and driving innovation is easier said than done. Success depends on vision, purpose, and dedication, not only from our government leaders, but from business and civil society as well. So tonight, I'd like to suggest 3 areas where we should all keep pushing the boundaries, setting bold goals, and chasing the horizons of the next great breakthrough: education, cooperation, and investment. 3 ways that we can accelerate innovation and partner for mutual success. Let's start with education. Education is where the seeds of innovation take root. And this is the area where the Republic of Korea has set an inspiring standard. Korean students are among the top performers in international rankings, supported by a culture that strongly values educational achievement. Both of our countries are focused on making our educational systems even better, to help equip rising generations with the skills they need to succeed. The good news is that we have exciting new tools to make the most of global possibilities. For example, as global boundaries continue to fall, educational exchange is on the rise. Last year, more than 70,000 South Koreans were studying in the United States. And the number of Americans studying in South Korea increased by more than 8%. Now, technologies have dramatically improved access to education and diversity of perspectives in academia. I recently read about an enterprising young South Korean, Sewol, who had taken a business class from the University of Maryland, was studying history in a women's university in Sewol, taking anthropology from Hebrew University in Jerusalem, and starting a course in philosophy at MIT. Talk about global learning. That's the kind of ambitious, creative approach to education that we need in the 21st century. The second way we can accelerate innovation is through international cooperation. Oliver Wendell Holmes said that many ideas grow better when transplanted in another mind than the one where they sprang up. I couldn't agree more. When we break down barriers and share expertise, resources, technology, and discoveries, that's when innovation thrives. We've seen this firsthand. Our international partnerships bring tremendous value to our programs at Lockheed Martin. In Korea, for example, we partner with the Korean aerospace industries to create the T-50 Golden Eagle, the world's only supersonic trainer and light attack aircraft. The T-50 first took to the skies back in the summer of 2002. Today, Lockheed Martin and KAI pardon me, are jointly marketing the aircraft to the United States Air Force as the next U.S. trainer. And we've successfully exported variants to Iraq, Indonesia, and the Philippines. We are committed to continuing to help Korea develop its technological capabilities. For example, we recently reached agreement to upgrade Korea's air traffic management system. As part of that process, we will establish a research and development center to enable technology transfer and in-country software customization. And we're especially excited about a new initiative you heard about from Mark that we've established called Rockstar. It isn't K-pop, and it isn't Gangnam Style, but we hope it will go viral and launch its own Korean wave. Rockstar stands for Republic of Korea Science, Technology, and Research Program. It's a fund to promote aerospace R&D in Korean universities and to nurture entrepreneurship that will fuel the creative economy. We're really thrilled about working with Korea's talented young men and women as they use advanced technology and engineering to tackle our most pressing challenges. Building off that example, the last way that I think we really can accelerate innovation is by making the right investments. The great inventor Thomas Edison once said, "The value of an idea lies in the using of it." And we know from experience that innovation depends on a climate of encouragement and support. Smart investments can mean the difference between an idea that changes the world and one that simply withers on the vine. Earlier this year, we saw an example of smart investment in action in this country, as the White House announced the launch of 2 new manufacturing innovation institutes. One in Detroit that will focus on manufacturing lightweight and modern metals, and the other is a Chicago-based consortium that will concentrate on digital manufacturing and design technologies. Lockheed Martin will be active in both, together with other leading organizations. I know that President Park is pursuing similar ideas. By 2015, she's pledged to establish innovation centers in 17 cities across Korea, combining regional and national government support with private sector ingenuity and know-how. And in the critical area of research and development, where Korea is already a leader, the government has committed to raise R&D spending to 5% of GDP. Korea understands that even in challenging economic times, devoting resources to innovation today can pay far greater dividends tomorrow, strengthening economies, opening up new possibilities, and making the world a better place. So these are the accelerators: education, cooperation, and investment. They drive innovation, and they will shape a future even prouder than our past. We have decades of partnership to build on and unlimited possibilities in front of us. And in that spirit, let me end with a story, looking back and looking ahead. Some of you may know that 130 years ago, Thomas Edison was hired to bring the first electric lighting plant to Korea. The powerhouse was completed at the King's Palace in Sewol in 1887. At the time, it was the most advanced technology anyone could imagine. People thought of Thomas Edison as a visionary, the so-called Wizard of Menlo Park. Yet even Edison would have marveled at what we see today and what we're capable of doing today, and just as astonishing at how Korea now stands as a vanguard of technological change. More than a century ago, it was American innovation that helped illuminate Korea. Today, Korean innovation is helping enlighten the world. And I am convinced that working together, we can accelerate more breakthrough innovations and make the 21st century the time of hope, progress, and prosperity. Thank you.